Time now for a segment brought to you by FirstNet. From battling the needs of the pandemic and staffing ICU wards to answering calls about forest fires and hurricane damage, first responders endure distressing experiences. Dr. Anna Fitch-Coury, Director of Responder Wellness with the FirstNet program at ATT, and Dennis Lenahan, first responder with the Millis Fire Department in Boston, are here with us this morning to share some of the mental health challenges facing the public safety community and to talk about a health and wellness program to support first responders. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's great to have you guys here. You know, Doctor, we will start with you. This is such a challenging time for so many of these first responders out there. So let's really talk about what post-rescue mental health impact that these first responders really experience.
And that's a fantastic question, Brendan. Long before COVID-19, we started recognizing and realizing that the rates of post-traumatic stress, depression, and anxiety were far exceeding the rates in the general population for first responders. That meant that things were changing, and the impact of running towards our community's needs was starting to have an impact on those individuals in their mental and sometimes physical health as a result of that. You know, the things that first responders see, feel, touch, smell, and hear are not the kind of things that you and I can ever hope to imagine or ever would want to imagine. They are running towards somebody's worst day, and that's going to have an impact over time. It's not necessarily that an individual faces a traumatic event and has an instantaneous post-traumatic stress diagnoses. Rather, it's the sort of thing that there's a cumulative effect over time. And we really want to change the culture of how we're addressing that in our public safety profession, because we know that the more healthy and well those individuals are, the better they are able to respond, the better decisions that they're able to make, and they're more ready to respond to our community's call at a moment's notice.
That's absolutely true. And Dennis, let's turn our attention to you here for a moment. Let's talk about the challenges that you actually face with regard to what it is you're doing day in and day out, you know, with respect to your mental health. I'd imagine that they are, you know, challenges that exist and that are mounting and that are difficult to deal with.
Sure. No, thank you, Brendan. Yeah, you know, when we show up at your house, you're often having your worst day, right? So we rely on our training to, you know, help mitigate or whatever, you know, help to fix whatever's going on and get you, you know, good again, right? You know, unfortunately, we go on some pretty bad calls, and, you know, those calls over time start to stack up in your brain, and you know, they can have a cumulative effect and sort of lead to, you know, whether it's anxiety or post-traumatic stress or depression. It's very important for us to recognize, not only in ourselves but in our, you know, my brothers and sisters at the firehouse, you know, if some folks are showing signs for that. Traditionally, there may have been a stigma, and, you know, you should push it down and push through. You need to push it down while you're on the call, but when you get back to the firehouse, it's incredibly important to, you know, make sure you're utilizing the resources that are made available to you to ensure that you process what's going on and you handle it in a manner that's going to make you ready for your next call. You know, folks think, well, it's a physical job. It certainly is, but being the best first responder we can be is not only physical, it's also mental.
It really is, and you all do such a remarkable job day in and day out, like I said, so you are to be lauded for your efforts and certainly supported. So, Doctor, let's talk for people out there who are unfamiliar exactly who you are. Like, when it comes to FirstNet, what is it exactly, and really what prompted your team to really start to examine the mental health of these first responders?
Well, that is a great question, right? Because FirstNet is America's public safety network built with and for first responders. We're talking telecommunications, right? So what does that have to do with health and wellness? Well, what people don't really know is when AT&T was awarded the contract in 2017, it wasn't just about building out the cellular network. There's also additional components of the ecosystem. One of those is kind of what you call that software component, your applications that support public safety, what makes it easier and better for them to do their jobs utilizing their mobile devices and tablets. One of the things FirstNet has done is establish a health and wellness category in that app catalog to curate and find the best applications that support public safety, health, and wellness, because they don't work your traditional 9-to-5 jobs. They go when and where their communities need it. So they need solutions that go when and where they need it, wherever they are. The third component of FirstNet includes what I would say is that hardware component. It's our deployables, because we have a team that deploys hand in hand with public safety following a natural or man-made disaster. There are things like your tablets and your mobile devices fall under that hardware component, but it's also mobile cellular towers that can be taken in to a wildfire or a tornado that may have lost their connectivity and reestablish communications for public safety to do their job. On the health and wellness side of things, we have kind of our most furry and tangible part of health and wellness, where we have 32 therapy dogs across the nation who will deploy to support our FirstNet customer needs following a critical event. You know, therapy dogs have been found to be very beneficial for first responders, helping to decompress, to process what they've just seen or experienced, and open up that dialogue with the peer-to-peer support that has been shown to be so beneficial with processing a critical event. So really, the way we're looking at this is, how can we weave health and wellness through all aspects of the FirstNet mission?
Well, it really all is such vital work that you're both doing, and we can't thank you enough for joining us right here today. You know, Dennis, thank you to you and your team for all that you're doing, and Doctor, to you and the team at FirstNet, thank you as well. It's a crucial issue, and it's good to put the spotlight on it right here today. This segment was brought to you by FirstNet. To learn more, you can just visit us at roadshow.com.